What's up, guys? It's Sydney, and this is your 30-minute deep stretch with a resistance band. So grab your resistance band, let's get to work. Alright guys, I'm so excited that you're here for our 30-minute stretch. This is the longest stretch video that I've done on the channel, and you guys requested a little bit more length in the stretches. So I'm going to start today with a 30-minute stretch, and let's be honest, this week was rough. I'm still sore, I'm sore everywhere, so I'm going to take you guys through a really great stretch. I have a resistance band here. It is not required for this workout, but there will be a couple exercises or moves or positions that I will use it to just emphasize a deeper range of motion and a little bit deeper stretch. So if you have one of those, grab it, or a towel or a t-shirt, something where you can use to pull your body closer to your legs, to your arms, etc. Okay? So let's get started. Give me a big wide stance, and I want to start at your upper body first. Okay, taking your left arm up overhead. I want you to grab it with your left wrist, right wrist, and pull up over top. I want you to focus on keeping your chest up, keeping your hips facing forward, and above all, breathing throughout this stretch today. Okay, there are definitely different levels of flexibility and of mobility. Okay, mobility is your body's ability to move through a range of motion. Go ahead and switch. And flexibility is kind of how far you can stretch a muscle. All right, so different concepts, but everyone has a different level in each of those. So hopefully this deep stretch today will kind of loosen up some muscle fibers, increase some blood flow to your muscles and to your joints, kind of get them repaired from this past week to get ready for the week ahead. Okay, let's go one more time on each side. And because I have 30 minutes with you today, I'm going to take as much time as we can to sit in those positions. All right, a lot of people I see, clients, personal friends, family, tell them, start stretching. You need to start stretching. So their stretches are, right, very fast. Stretching is going to be so much more beneficial if you sit in those positions. Okay, about 30 seconds per position. And you will, in that 30 seconds, feel your muscle loosening up. Okay, so not something that can be rushed, and it's going to be so much more helpful. Keep breathing. Good job. When you take a little bit more time and a little more patience. All right, let's lace your fingertips together. Bring your feet back in together. Starting from the bottom, you're going to reach up, 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 and back. Okay, from the side, reaching up, fingertips are laced together, shoulders are open so you're reaching nice and high. Head is either neutral or just looking up a little bit diagonally. And bring it back down. Good, so this is a little bit of shoulder mobility. Okay, the shoulder moving through its range of motion. Okay, go ahead and go up one more time. And release. Good. Now I'm going to challenge you to take your hands behind your back. If you can, lace your fingers together and open up your chest. Okay, from the front, opening your shoulders backwards, open your chest. And then lift your chin. And pull your chin back down, relax your shoulders. We'll go one more. I want to kind of stretch the chest muscles here, okay? So on your next exhale, open up your shoulders and release your chin again and stretch up. Exhale, come back forward. Now I want you to keep your fingers laced together, widen your stance just a little bit, and bend forward, okay? If you can, release your hands up off your back and let them fall forward as your body folds forward as much as you can. Okay, just another way to increase the range of motion of your shoulders. Okay, relax your arms. Don't think about squeezing your hands together really tight. You just have your fingers laced. And relax Relax your shoulders and breathe. All right, take your hands back down to your tailbone and slowly come back up. Let's go one more time through that one. Okay, release your hands if you need to. Lace them back together. Fold forward first, so hinge your hips backwards with a slight bend in your knee. And then release your hands off your back, dropping them up over your head, not pushing them, but just letting them fall as far as they can. Great job. And bring your hands back down to your tailbone. Stand back up halfway, okay, still with the flat spine. And I want you to place your hands down on the mat, okay? Feet are gonna go backwards. With a slight bend in your knee, I want you to move through another shoulder mobility exercise, okay? Taking your head behind your arms and in front of your arms. You can keep your knees bent. Okay, we're not really working on the legs right now. If you want to increase your hamstring activation in this one, you can definitely straighten your legs out, but you don't have to yet. We will get there. Okay, we're just moving the shoulders right now. We've stretched them out a little bit. We got a little bit of lubrication in your joint, a little synovial fluid moving around. Good. Now start to push your head back and forth. Great job. Give me two more. There's one and two. Good. Go ahead and walk it back to your feet. Bend your knees slightly and stand up. All right, let's work on the back of the shoulder. Okay, so cross your arm across your chest. You can give me a regular stance here. Feet are about hip width apart. And let's pull that straight arm over across your chest. Keep your chest forward. Okay, so you don't want to be turned with your arm. You want your chest to stay forward and your arm is crossing over. Great job. And if that means you are still out here, if that's not, your flexibility is not to the point where you can get your arm back to your chest, that's okay, but I do want you to keep it straight. All right, go ahead and release. And let's go one more time. You should be able to get it a little bit further. So a straight arm, come across with your opposite arm and push just as far as you can. Hips are facing forward still. Shoulders are facing forward still. Thumb is up in the air with your left arm. And exhale as you drop that arm down. Great job. Now let's go ahead and switch it to the other arm. So straight arm comes across your body as far as you can. Pull with that opposite arm. Here you go. Now center your hips. Hips are facing forward, shoulders are facing forward. And relax. All right, shake it out for just a second. We'll go one more time. Cross it over. And let me know if you guys have any questions about stretching, about mobility, flexibility. I'm a big advocate for this part of your fitness journey, so if you have any questions, you have any specific areas that are sore from specific workouts of mine, just comment below when you're done here and let me know. Always trying to look for variety in stretching, but I think stretching is something that you just kind of have to have the patience and the time to set aside and just do it. Just go through those positions and those ranges of motion. All right, great job. Go ahead and release. And now I want you to grab your resistance band or a t-shirt, a towel, something that you can get your arms behind your back with. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my band, not necessarily stretching it, but I'm gonna take it and let it be my guide for how far I can go back. Okay, so Start with your hands nice and wide on the band. You're gonna go up overhead, okay, and slowly with control and to where you feel comfortable, reach your hands back behind your shoulder blades. Now this one, my objective is to stretch your chest muscles, your bicep muscles. Okay, so the front part of your body. Good, come back up. Okay, don't want to sit back there too long. And back up to the top. From the front, my palms are facing forward and I'm gonna keep them facing the ceiling as I drop that band back behind me. Look to your left and your right. Keep breathing. And come back to the middle with your head and back up to the top. Now we're gonna take a little bit wider stance. Keep that band overhead and you're gonna arch over and back. Okay, switching into a little bit of mobility here instead of flexibility. Good, keep it nice and straight. Keep your band tight, okay? Don't get over here and kind of collapse. Keep it all very tight. Reaching, reaching. Keep your spine facing forward. Just kind of loosening up your intercostals here, the muscles in your ribs, your obliques, your hips a little bit. All right, the next one I want you to drop it down one side and then drop it down on the other side and come back up to the top for me. Keep your hands nice and wide, keep your feet nice and wide, and I want you to reach out forward, keeping your chest right with the band. So as the band falls, your chest falls, and head down to the floor. You don't need your band for this one. You can release the band, and I want your hands to be out wide. If you can grip the outside of your feet, do that. And go ahead and relax your neck. All right, now shake your head no, looking back and forth, left and right, left and right. And walk your hands to the middle. Push your spine up into the air like a cat back, reaching, reaching, reaching way up with your spine. Open your shoulder blades. And release again, just hanging down. I want you to grab onto the bottoms of your elbows. Okay, relax your neck. You can shake yes and no if that feels good to you. With control. Great job. Release your arms, come back to the middle, placing your hands on the mat. I want you to walk over to your right side. Okay, walking right outside of your right foot, and you can turn that foot out just a little bit. Chest is going to be facing your leg. Okay, great job. Walk back to the middle and let's go over to the left side. Again, you can turn your foot out about 45 degrees and head on over to it. Drop your chest down. Great job, you're doing great, guys. Go ahead and release those hands and walk back to the middle. And I want you to come bring your feet in together as you drop down onto your knees. Okay, from the side. I want you to sit back into child's pose and walk your hands out forward and off the edge of your mat. Okay, so they're a little bit wider than normal. Okay, now reach over with your right hand, grab onto your left wrist, and push your right hip away from your hands. Okay, so we're stretching the side of your body here. All right, go ahead and switch. Bring your right hand back to the side. Swing your left hand over to your right wrist, and then push your left hip away. So you're stretching the side of your body here. All right, good. Come back up to the middle, and let's go on all fours in a cat-cow position. Okay, so knees are directly under your hips, hands are directly under your shoulders. And let's bridge up and down with your spine. Okay, inhale, pull it up, up, up. Exhale, drop it down, and look up. There you go, great job. Good. Pull your chin in, lift your belly up, push your spine to the ceiling, and drop it. Release your body. All right, let's go ahead and drop your arms down straight. I want you to leave your hips up in the air. So unlike child's pose where they were back here, I want your hips to stay up in the air where they are. And I want you to drop your forehead down to the mat. Okay, think about opening up your armpits so you feel a good stretch in your shoulders. All right, great job. Bring your hands back up, and we're gonna drop your hips down onto the mat. Keep the hips square, so both your quads are on the ground right now. Just stay here for a minute, just breathe. And let's shift your shoulders over to the left side. And looking back over your left shoulder. Great job, and shift it over to the right side, looking over your right shoulder. And back to the middle. All right, good. Let's bring it back up to all fours and bring your left foot outside your left hand. Okay, keeping that back knee on the ground. And if you're a little bit less flexible, you may still be up here. I want you to think about pushing this back leg forward, okay? The objective is to stretch your hip flexor here. So however you can push that back hip forward towards the ground more, I want you to do that. And if you need to stay up tall here, you can do it. If you have the ability to stretch forward just a little bit more, I want you to go there. Good, now press your front knee open, so you're opening your hip here and in the back. Okay, bring that front knee back in. And release the hand that is closest to your front foot. So my left foot is up top, I'm releasing my left hand up to the ceiling. Okay, if you can't look up, that's fine. You can stay looking down at the floor. Just open your chest up for me as much as you can. We're working our way down into the hips really deep. Great job. Now place that hand back onto the mat. Let's sit back up in the air. Okay, push your hip back so your front leg is straight and fold forward over your front foot. If you can grab onto your toes and kind of pull backwards. That'll give your calf a really great stretch. And breathe. Don't forget to breathe. Good. Now I want you to take this front foot. We're going to come back up to the front, placing your hands on the ground. I want you to fold it forwards across your body. Okay, so make sure both your hips are square. They're still pointing towards the floor or pointing forward. Hands can be right out in front of your knee or your shin. Okay, square your hips up. And if you can't go here, if you're still up here, that's okay too. Okay, if you can't get your butt all the way down, that's fine. Okay, just cross your leg over, cross the front, getting it as close to parallel as you can. Good, make sure your both hips are pressing towards the floor. And if you have the ability, I want you to drop onto your elbows. If you don't, stay right where you are. However you can feel this stretch the deepest, I want you to stay there. So hands or elbows. This is one of those areas I can really feel it from that Saturday 60-minute strength boot camp. Whew. I am feeling this one. Great job. Okay, I'm gonna have you come back onto all fours. Okay, hands up top again, and we're gonna switch it over to the right leg up top. Okay, stretching your left hip flexor. So, however far away you can get that front foot from your back knee, go there. Okay, if you're still right here and you feel a stretch there, keep it there. The goal is to stretch the hip. Okay, so the farther down you can drop your hip, the better. Hands are on the floor, right inside of your front foot. Okay, take a little time to press that front knee away from your body, keeping your spine straight still. That'll open up the front hip a little bit for you. Great job, bring it back into the front. And if you can, hand closest to the front foot, so right foot is up top, right hand is gonna release open. There you go. I'm feeling it on this one too. My left hip must have been a little tighter than my right hip. That's why we're doing this, guys. Okay, go ahead and drop your hand down. Stay right here. And on your next exhale, I want you to shift your hips up in the air, straightening your front leg out. Fold forward over your front leg. Okay, grab your toes if you can, or your ankle, or hands right beside your front leg. Keep your spine nice and straight. And breathe, there you go. It's easy to forget to breathe, huh? It's something we really have to focus on, especially in our workouts and stretches and in strength and conditioning and cardio workouts. Okay, good. All right, let's go ahead and work on crossing that front leg over top the mat. Okay, let's center your hips so where they're both facing the mat. All right. Get your foot as close to parallel as you can. If you can put your hands out front, do that. And we're gonna rest right here for a second. Nice long spine, you're doing great. Okay, let's go ahead and drop down to your elbows if you can. If not, stay right up on your hands. However you can feel this stretch the deepest, go there. Anyone else feeling this one really good? Okay, good. Push those hips down towards the mat again. Let's recenter. Great job. I know I can probably sense the ways that you could compromise this stretch. That's why I give these cues out. When it starts to get hard, it gets kind of easy to go here, right? You're like, oh, this is good. But as it starts to get hard, that's where you really have to focus on pressing down into the stretch. Okay, above all else, if all else fails, work on keeping your spine straight, your hips straight. Great job. All right, let's come to a seated position. Since we're already down here in kind of a bent leg stance, I'm gonna come back to the middle and bring your feet together, the soles of your foot together. Okay, grab onto your toes, and I want you to work on not lengthening your spine, pushing your knees down towards the mat. Take a big deep breath. Got just about 6 more minutes here. We're gonna move really deep into the legs, okay? Hamstrings, quads, glutes, calves. Okay, release your left hand, and I want you to press down on your right knee. Sorry, left hand, left knee. Same side. Good, bring it back to the center and release hands and switch. Right knee to the right hand and press down towards the floor. Good, bring it back to the center, and I want you to pull your chest down towards your toes now. Okay, relax everything else. Put your hands over your toes, pull your chest forward as much as you can. If you can reach your hands out to the side or to the front and stretch, you can do that as well. All right, good job. Now let's get really deep into our hamstrings to start off with. This is where you grab the resistance band. Again, if you don't have one, you're still gonna go with me. Okay, loop it around one foot. I always like to take a loop, put it on the back of your foot, and then circle around one more time. Okay, and you're gonna lay it down nice and flat, pulling your foot up with your band as close as you can. If you don't have a band, I want you to lace your fingers behind your calves, keeping a nice straight leg. Pull your knee down towards your chest. Good, keep relaxing. Feel a little shaky, it's okay. Okay, release that leg, shake it out for just a second. Okay, relax the hamstring for just a second. Let the muscle kind of jiggle around. Pat it down if you want, and then let's pull one more time, just a little bit deeper. If you have a resistance band, I want you to climb up a little higher this round on that band. Whatever you're holding on to, reach a little bit higher on it this time through. And let's pull a little bit closer. Good job. Okay, top leg, the one in the air, I want you to bend it 90 degrees and then bring your bottom leg up, scooping your ankle up towards your face. Okay, you can release the band, and I want you to bring your hands through that leg that's pushing, so your front leg, and pull towards your face. Ankle should be right behind your knee here. Working on stretching the glute, so you should feel it. Hamstring and glute area. Okay, go ahead and drop that the bottom foot back down. Taking your foot back up top, your left leg back up top, you're gonna cross it over your body. Keep your shoulder blades flat. If you have a band, pull your leg as close to your head as you can. If not, grab onto your ankle, pull it as close to your head as you can. Okay, great job. Take that leg back up top, and you're gonna bend it. I'm just gonna roll to the side. Bend your leg up top, you're rolling over onto the opposite hip. Pull your band over your shoulder, and stretch your quad. Okay, if you don't have a band, grab onto your ankle, bend your bottom leg so you don't fall over, and stretch your quad. Good job. Let's go ahead and release, and we're gonna switch back up to the other foot. Starting with your hamstring stretch. Flatten your bottom leg and pull your leg up to your face as close as you can. Great job. Now let's go ahead and bend it, crossing that bottom leg, pushing towards your face. Good job. Keep breathing, guys. All right, and last one. Let's go right across your body here. Keeping your shoulder blades flat. Good. Push your shoulder blades down towards the floor. You should feel this one all up the back of your leg. As the clock rolls down to 0, give me about 10 more seconds, and let's stretch your quad. So go ahead and bend your leg, pull that band over your shoulder. If you don't have a band, grab your ankle, pull it into your glute. In 3, 2, 1, go ahead and release. And you have made it through your 30-minute deep stretch. If you had a resistance band, I'm sure that helped you get into a little bit deeper range of motion as far as your legs are concerned. If you don't have one, hopefully you used a towel or a t-shirt maybe, but I would consider investing in these guys. They truly help with recovery and rehabilitation of your muscles after they're sore. The days in between, they travel really well. They come in thickness as much as, 4 layers less than this, so you can also use them for workouts. Okay, so I'm gonna link the ones that I used here in the description below, but I would seriously consider investing in some of these if you don't have any. Not getting paid to say that or anything, I just truly believe they are beneficial for the off days or the days where you're really sore, okay? They just help you get a little bit deeper stretch. But hopefully you love this 30-minute stretch. Hopefully you can share it with a friend. I know we all need to stretch more. So continue to use this stretch throughout your week, and I hope to see you again tomorrow for a really great workout. Make sure you like this video if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe. I'm also gonna link a foam roller stretch right here. If you need that for a little bit deeper stretch and you have a foam roller, definitely take advantage of that. All right, guys, have a great day. See you soon.